Everything I see up in my head just comes to life.
As a human being, we all have a baggage. We have emotions that we've been carrying in our emotional baggage for our entire lives with everything that has happened to us in our past. Because if you're here and you're conscious of this present moment, then you have a past of experiences that you've gone through that have brought you to this present moment where you find yourself right now today. And it's because of this reason that most of us, for our lives, with our eyes, we see our life as being gray. The problems that we have, it just comes out the color gray. But when you ask someone else or somebody on the outside of you, and they just tell you how it is, because why? Because that person sees this situation as black and white, because they don't have the baggage that you carry around every single day. That's why when we tell our problems to others, it seems like they have solutions. Well, it's just simply because they don't see it the way that we do. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you're able to shift from seeing gray to seeing black and white in your own life, so you can start to achieve the things that you want to achieve most. But before we get into that, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. Join the Making Yesterday Jealous gang. If you're not new here, welcome back, my friend. My name is Charles, and I'm a version of you that's here to motivate and inspire you into living your ideal physical life, making yesterday jealous every single day to live in your ideal physical body right now. Now that that's said, my friends, we see our lives as gray. Why? Because our vision has a different sort of perspective because of everything that we've been through, and our egos want to project and just, oh my God, like they just want, like our egos just want to hold on so much to everything that happened. Why? Because it creates the character that we believe ourselves to be. And that's why things are the way that they are in our lives. That's why you might have some extra weight on your body. That's why your bank account looks the way that it is. That's why your relationships aren't working. But I'll use the physical body for this example. It's like, well, I don't know what it takes to be in shape. I don't know how to eat. But then you keep repeating the same patterns, and you see this mountain in front of you to lose the weight, because everything seems gray and you don't know by where to start, and you don't know what kind of workout to do, and you don't know if you should go to the gym 3, 4, or 5 times a week. And all these things just seem like such a big problem in your mind. And it's simply because the version and that identity view where you identified yourself as being right now, it just wants to stay alive, and it is keeping you believing those things in order for you to not change, to stay in that comfort zone. Because remember, our brains aren't here to make us happy and for us to live in happiness. They're here to keep us safe in comfort, because what is familiar, what is comfortable is known, and in that known, it can protect you. It knows it'll survive, and your brain's just there for your survival. So it's not there for your happiness. And new things, change, is part of that happiness, and it's the only constant thing in life. But your brain doesn't want you to change because it can't predict the safetiness in the change. And that's why it starts to create this entire zone of gray, of just your vision seems gray in what you have to do. And that's because your body does not want you to change. Why? Because it's scared. It's unfamiliar. It's something where you might not survive. But you have to have a vision that you know you're going to get to, no matter what that's going to look like. Because the reason you might have always been overweight, and that's the story that you keep believing that about your life that has been up to this point. But if you keep believing that story, how do you think that's going to change? What if you just flipped it in the grayness of the situation right now? If you've been overweight for quite some time, your entire life, let's put it that way. You've been overweight your entire life, and it seems great for you to lose the weight. It's something that's impossible for you. You'll never be able to lose the weight. You'll never be able to be in your ideal physical body. You'll never be able to feel confident. You'll never be able to love what you see in the mirror. You'll never be able to love yourself for your body. Well, if that's the case, do you feel like it's the time right now to draw that line in the sand, put your foot down, and to tell yourself, okay, this is how the story is, but I'm the producer, I'm the director, I am the one that has the power. I have to take that power back. I need to take that control back, take that ownership. You are created to create. And the way that you get out of this gray color, this gray space in your head, when you try to look at the solution to the problem you face that has the most pain inside of it for yourself, the way that you shift out of that is you take the pen back, and in your story, you start writing that next chapter. You let go now of that chapter. You say, hey, I'm very grateful. I'm thankful for this part of my life. It has taught me what it has taught me. But remember, the pain that you're experiencing in the current situation where you find yourself right now is there as a signal in order for you to recognize that pain. It's a signal. It is simply there to tell you if it is good or if it is bad. If it's good, there's no pain. If there's pain, it's because it's bad for you. It is not in alignment with your highest conscious. It is not in alignment with your most authentic and highest version of your being. So therefore, if there's pain in your weight, it's simply a signal from your higher self calling you to let go of that weight. Why? Because extra weight is not healthy. It's not part of the law of health. every single being, every single human being on this earth has three laws: health, abundance, and joy. And in that, my friends, you have to go back to that. And you have to understand that it's time to write that next chapter in your story. You have to let go of the story that you keep telling yourself, because if you keep telling that story, if you keep seeing yourself from that point of view, from that perspective, well, it's always going to be gray. You're not going to be able to see the way out of it. But if we want to separate the grayness and separate the black from the white and have the yin and the yang, have both in balance to be able to tell what's what and that's that, well, we take our control back. We take our power back that every single one of you have right now as a human being. You take that power back and you start writing that next chapter in your life. Hey, you project yourself. You have this vision of yourself already being in this ideal physical body. You look in the mirror. You're so proud of what you see in the mirror. You're thankful for how lean, how thin your body now feels. What are you seeing every single day? How are people talking to you? How are people responding to the way that you look? How are you feeling when you put on clothes? Like, what are you like? Oh my God, how does it feel to wear that size of shirt, those size of pants? How does that feel? You start writing that story. Because now it seems black and white, because, oh my God, I'm here, I can get there. And now it's like, oh my God, okay, this was black, this is white. And there's no more gray. Everything's separate, everything's there, everything's in balance, everything's in equilibrium. And now you're able to have the vision and to understand that you remove the emotional meaning to it, because remember, in life, nothing has meaning, everything just is. So you remove that, you remove the emotional baggage, your past, everything you've been through, all this that our egos want to cling on to, because without that, who are we actually? You're a lot more than just your ego, by the way. But by taking that out, looking at it that way, and now knowing where it is that you're going, if you don't know where you're going, you'll always remain stuck in that baggage. Why? Because it's something that you have a feeling of certainty to, and it's something you've always known. Therefore, just like I said, your brain doesn't want to get out of the comfort zone. So what's comfortable for you is the story of being overweight. It's the story of thinking that you're not enough. It's the story of hating yourself. It's the story of not showing that amount of love to yourself just for you. And so if you're able to break out of that and you separate the gray and you separate it in two, to have the black and the white and to be very clear and to see each color very vividly of, okay, this might have been the story, but now I know, Charles has told me, I'm telling you right now, you have the power to take that control back and to be the creator in your life. What is it you want to experience? Not how you're going to experience it. What is it that you want to experience? If you know that you no longer want to be overweight, you no longer want to hate what you see in the mirror, then by a simple thought, you know that if you don't want that and you hate yourself in the mirror, you want to love yourself in the mirror. It's that simple. You got to take the pen to paper, you write it down, you make it simple. Stop overcomplicating. It's super easy, but our brain just want to overcomplicate it, so we don't take action. We remain stuck, and it's another pattern to remain in our comfort zone. And I promise you, you can't do this. You can't be making yesterday jealous if you don't step out of your comfort zone, if you don't do the shit that makes you uncomfortable, if you don't go after what it is that your heart, your soul, your spirit, your being is calling you to be. But who is it that you got to be for your soul, your mind, and your body to be in alignment? One, so you have the trinity of health, of abundance, and joy in your life right now, writing the story that you want to live in your ideal physical body, living the life that you want, your ideal life. But hey, the limitations start in the physical body because our bodies are limited. So you got to stop seeing it as gray and start visualizing where it is you want to be, what you desire most, and get in alignment with that, knowing it's so possible, because if I was able to do it, you're able to do it, my friend. So little Monday motivation coming right at you guys. I appreciate you. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe. If you're not new here, we got videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday coming at you guys for some motivation. And if you feel called, you've got anything that resonates with you, drop it down in the comment section down below so I can interact with you guys, get to know you a little more. And if you have any questions, drop them down below as well. But my friends, it's an amazing time to live your ideal best life in your ideal physical body. Start taking action, making yesterday jealous. And hey, I just said it, but just like you know, what do we do around here? Always keep making yesterday jealous.